Welcome back to GVSV. This is Alex and Carl, and today you're probably seeing an episode from earlier in our catalog that you may have already watched earlier.
Or not have seen at all,
'Cause
thanks to copyright.
Thanks to copyright, certain countries will prevent certain episodes from just being visible. So in an effort to in
In an effort to reach as many of you as possible.
and also finish off the playlist. Cause
Yeah, I mean, finish off the playlist, but
Yeah.
I mean, especially early on, you were like, whatever, copyright strikes, no big deal.
Well, not just that, but like, I think we were so pressed for time that we just let the copyright strikes stay.
Run. Sure.
Yeah, just stay on the video because I was just more worried about like editing the next video.
Got it. Well,
So
this is, if you've already seen this episode, it's a slightly new look. And if you've never seen this episode, welcome.
yes,
We're glad to have you here.
thanks a lot. So join us at this adventure. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Welcome to GVSV.
Welcome back to GVSV. We're going to jump right into Heartstopper Season 1, Episode 4. But as you can tell, there's something a little bit different.
A little different. So, as we're learning more about not just React content, but studio lighting and video quality, we returned our old cameras and upgraded to new cameras because despite what the old camera said were 4K, it's obviously not 4K. And we felt that, a base level quality is important. So we're going to do some new things. I hope you guys enjoy it. We've been paying attention to the comment section. Thank you so much for that.
This is actually our first time recording since we've started the channel because between the return and the new cameras, this is our first time recording.
So really, all the content you've seen so far was recorded before the start of the channel.
Yeah.
So obviously people who do production stuff like to have a bunch of content in the can, so we're not rushing to produce. Same here. So when we did episode 3, we had less lighting. We had different cameras. I was sick as a dog on episode 3.
Oh my God. I'm surprised we even filmed that day.
It's important though.
Yeah.
Right? It's important. It's enjoyable. So if it was not enjoyable but important, I'd still do it. But I came in wanting to do it because it's important and enjoyable. So those two things mix. We've been reading the comments. We are cataloging your requests for different TV shows and movies. And as we catalog these requests, and we'll get the ones that have the biggest ask, and we'll do that.
Yeah.
And we'll do it.
And with respect to the rest of our Heartstopper content going forward, we're going to binge watch the shit out of this.
We had intended to do
Season 1.
just season 1 to run up, but the reaction from you all, which can't thank you enough, has like, you know what? They are asking for us to do it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to binge watch the shit out of the show. We're going to get through season 1. We're going to get through season 2, and we're all going to be ready together.
Yes. And
Alex, myself, and all of you for season 3, and we're going to watch it together. Maybe not at the same exact time, but we're going to go episode by episode to watch their story and see how it unfolds.
yes.
All right. And from now until that point, we get to see how I react. Because
Exactly.
I've not seen this content yet.
And
So,
then once we get to Season 3, it's going to be both of us reacting.
yeah. So, without further ado, Heartstopper, Season 1, Episode
4.
Intro.
Secret.
Secret. That's how it's named?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Let's do this.
1, 2, 3. Let's go. Get inside. You're wet.
I just wanted to talk in person. Okay.
So what do you think that means?
What?
The fact that the title is just called Secret.
I mean,
Did you forget a coat?
so hold on. Let's pause this. This has been one of your requests. So he's just like kind of getting into his feelings, understanding his feelings.
We mean Nick.
Yeah. Next, getting into his feelings.
Okay.
Trying to understand it, quarreling with it, my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. And I could imagine the secret part would be keeping the relationship secret.
Okay. But how does that differ between the relationship that Charlie had with Ben?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think that I don't know, but I could imagine Ben was a dick. And I don't know that Ben, like you say, he just wants to kiss a boy.
Yeah.
You know, and this poor kid is a plaything for his jollies.
Yeah.
Right? But Nick doesn't seem to be that way. Nick seems to have a genuine, at least from my observation, a genuine romantic interest in Charlie, but still quarreling with what that means socially for him, which you shouldn't have to, but shouldn't have to in reality are two separate things.
And I feel like Ben is the complete opposite, where he understands what it means socially and he wants no part of that, and he just wants the physical aspect of a relationship with Charlie, but none of the emotional.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So, I mean, we'll see. And I guess we'll also see. One of the things that I'm curious about as far as this show goes and how this relationship develops, how Nick navigates this relationship and how he navigates his own feelings, not just with Charlie, but as a person. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a young man. He's developing. He's starting to understand his own inner workings. And how does that come out? How does that manifest?
Okay.
So it'll be interesting. It'll also be interesting to see if he gets to the point where he's okay being public about this.
True.
You know, and one would hope that that's the case.
Yeah, because it's something different to have a relationship, be with someone, and keep it away from the world, and then it's another to actually be capable of expressing that outwardly to just the people in each other's lives.
Yeah. So here we go.
Let's go.
Didn't check the weather before I left.
Idiots.
So, about last night, I just wanted to say...
Nick?
Yeah, he's just picking up a jumper we left you last week.
A jumper?
It's British for hoodie.
Okay. No, I understand.
I mean, I remember you telling me that you typically have to buy 3 hoodies anytime you buy them.
Yes. Because my wife and my daughter steal my very comfortable hoodies. So I buy usually in triplicate.
Nice.
So, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't think properly about what I was doing.
He blames himself.
I shouldn't have kissed you.
Oh, I know what that feels like.
I know you probably don't want to talk to me ever again, but I at least had to say sorry. Still be friends?
Charlie.
I don't want to lose you because I did something stupid.
Charlie.
First time I watched this, it made me cry.
Yeah?
Because I've been where Charlie's at, and I've definitely had guys who, after having any sort of intimate interaction, just like they kind of closed off and ran away because they were confused about what it meant for them because they weren't ready.
I mean, I can't understand that. But what I can understand is the fear of like losing a friend, because, you know, there's like some sort of interest between the two of you, and taking it from friendship to relationship could, you know, destroy the friendship.
Yeah.
I've definitely been there.
I was just freaking out because I was confused. I'm having a proper full-on gay crisis.
Gay crisis.
I was just so confused. I've just been so confused.
I've been just so confused. Do you feel like that is quarreling?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I say quarreling, it's that not confusion, right? It's coming to grips with how you feel,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to understand where you fall as far as what the social, and I don't like the word ramifications, but the social implications, what that may be.
Yeah.
Not everybody's fine with it.
Yeah.
And that's just a fact of life. And that's why you have closeted people. And I cast no dispersions on that. But when I say quarreling, he's having this inner dialogue, this inner argument with himself as to how he feels, how that's articulated, where he's comfortable. And, good on him because he's able to articulate these things instead of just shutting off, all right, and catastrophizing and making Charlie feel like crap. At least he's articulating to Charlie and letting Charlie know that he's didn't make a mistake, that he was a willing participant, that he wants this too.
And I think that's the huge difference between both Ben and Nick, is the fact that I think that Nick is willing to at least have that open, honest conversation with Charlie and explain to him, like, this is where I'm at and this is how I feel and this is what I want. And then I think that Ben simply is just out for himself. It's like,
I agree. Ben is definitely out for himself. And people like that exist. Anyway, here we go. I wish I was able to articulate my emotions that well when I was that young. Took a long time. In therapy.
You and me both. You and me both. I've had this conversation with plenty of people over the years, but I think that in some regards, with respect to my own personal journey, I have been in all three shoes. I have been Charlie. I have been Nick. I have been Ben at one point in time. To different levels, to different people. And I, as much as I don't like to admit it, yeah, like it's not always, not always the best side of ourselves.
But I mean,
and we were young.
But you've grown.
Oh yeah.
Right. And that's the important part. Not everybody's an angel. Nobody is an angel. Right. Yeah. When we were young, and we didn't have context or empathy or the experience, gone through some heartache, people grow, and that's important. So what I say to people is show yourself the grace that you show others. So understanding that, yeah, you've been all three of these people, and maybe we haven't been as nice to some people as we wish we would have in hindsight. The fact that you changed behavior, changed the way you manage yourself and your relationships, that's growth. And showing yourself the grace that you show others, because you're deserving of forgiveness. And the reason you're deserving of forgiveness is because you've changed the way you behave, which is really the only way we really apologize.
And that's growing up?
It's growing up, my man.
At school, we, keep this a secret? Yeah.
That has to be slightly terrifying for Charlie, right?
Yes, because I think that he doesn't want a repeat of Ben.
Yeah, who can blame him?
It's fine.
But the thing that I like is the fact that Nick seems to be open to start the dialogue.
Yeah, communication is key. Well, in any relationship of any type, the best relationships have a deep foundation in communication.
Hi.
I wonder if the sun shower is like a artistic thing that the producers and directors are doing. I wonder if that's just part of just kind of some sort of messaging. He's got this turmoil going on,
but there's light, and then
you know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Almost like he's stepping out of the gloom.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of, because he came to Charlie's house and he was feeling quarrelsome with himself.
Yeah,
and he left the house and is a little lighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, something's different. Have you changed your hair?
Well, it's different now. You're messing with it.
It's because he kissed a boy.
She's smitten.
Of course.
Oh, I've got to go. I forgot I had morning detention.
I've been there. I've definitely had a few female friends kind of develop feelings and made things very, very messy.
I can't imagine. I mean, I've had female friends develop feelings where it was not reciprocal in that way, and it was awkward for me. But for like you, I couldn't imagine that.
I thought we were keeping this a secret. Look at that smile on his face.
Expectation settings around secrets.
Oh yeah, exactly. Act natural.
Boys,
Act
boys,
natural.
boys.
And then these two making out at the party last week?
Yeah.
Or actually, no.
Keeping it a secret or like just confined. There we go.
Hi. Hi.
I get that.
Yeah.
See, like the whole, and that's my thing, right? In my relationships, it is physical touch.
Yeah.
All right. So my wife and I are like very affectionate. Not like grossly PDA type stuff, but it's stuff like that.
I know. I love her. So everyone's in a relationship but Elle.
That's for right now.
There's a boy in there waiting for you. Is it their secret boyfriend?
I love the fact that Charlie has an accepting faculty member
I was just
at the
thinking
school.
that. I was just thinking that how cool that was.
And the only reason I say that is because even though I was in high school in the 90s, I lucked out and I had one faculty member who he would sit there and he would let me just pour out my heart.
We're probably thinking the same teacher.
Spanish?
Oh no,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I was thinking drama.
Oh, no. Oof, no. I wasn't that close to him.
Really?
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He is awesome. And he definitely
We're not naming names.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No.
But we went to high school together, as you could tell.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
I did not have that relationship with that Spanish teacher.
So the reason that it
No, that should. But.
No. Because like not only was I in his class, but he was the faculty advisor for the extracurricular that I was the editor in chief of.
Oh, makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
And but the thing is that because like he just let me talk. He just sat there and he just sponged all the teenage angst that I had and I just like poured it out and he just took it all in.
I
And
did not know that about him.
oh yeah.
That's awesome.
But here's the
I'm
thing.
not surprised.
Oh no, but here's the thing. I didn't find out that he was gay until years later.
I didn't find out he was gay till today.
Years later. And the only reason I knew was because he asked me for my help because his computer stopped working and he didn't want to take it to an IT specialist because he didn't he felt uncomfortable
with people seeing his
with
stuff.
people seeing his stuff.
That
And he
sucks.
asked me for my help. Like that was the only way I found out. But otherwise, like he didn't tell me, he didn't come out to me. Like he was there listening to me when I needed it. And the only reason that I found out was years later when he just needed help. Like,
Sucks that you couldn't take it to an IT person.
but this was like the early 2000s.
Look. I understand socially where the country was then.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, as a comment to that it sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. All right.
Let's go.
Enough medical stories.
Enough sidebar.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
I love that they're constantly saying hi.
You sure your friends don't mind you ditching them to eat lunch with me? All they want to do at lunch is just
Chuck stuff.
Chuck stuff.
mainly Harry. He's an idiot. Are we even allowed in there?
Yeah, I used to come in here a lot when the bullying was really bad.
Yeah.
Was it like that for you? Where,
There was a point in time when we kind of drifted apart. I mean,
okay.
pretty much sophomore year when you started like dating all those girls. Yeah, I know. And then I just kind of pushed the world away, and I had to just kind of find my own space to just exist within that school. And there were some times when I would just take my lunch and I would be sitting at the bottom of the stairwell by the front office.
Really?
And, oh yeah. And I would just sit there and eat. And the only person that would like see me was like the random custodian that would occasionally like sweep through. Like I was
Man.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't your fault. I
was into all the sports and, as you said, the girls.
well, one in particular.
Yes, one in particular.
Oh, she was a mess.
Yes, she was. She was a lot of fun.
I know.
She was a lot of fun.
I know.
Anyway, that's Lead Bar.
Must have thought you were Ben. Told him the Ben making me keep us a secret thing.
Look at that concern.
Rightfully so.
You're nothing like him.
You're nothing like him.
I mean, and the fact that he's concerned about that optic shows that how much he genuinely cares for him.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I think, important to their budding relationship.
Yeah.
Actually gonna tackle anyone. Why do you even join the team?
You didn't play sports. I did. The first few times getting your bell rung in football is an experience.
Oh.
I didn't start playing football till high school.
Yeah.
Organized.
Yeah,
played
yeah,
football on school ground when I was a kid. But my freshman year, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play. Football.
Join the team.
Yeah. And the first time getting full out tackled by some of the bigger dudes I was like, okay, but before that, I was apprehensive about getting creamed because I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'7.5" on a good day. In high school, freshman year, I was like 135, 140.
Wait, you were only 140 in high school?
Yeah.
That's how much my husband weighs now.
I don't weigh 140 pounds. I think my left thigh weighs 140 pounds. But, starting out in a new school, freshman year, I don't know anybody on this team. And some of the bigger guys, when they're doing tackling, just crush me. Crush me. But it was getting over that. Like, I had to do it, right?
Yeah.
Is that or don't be on the team?
Of course.
So the first 3 times, I was like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
A little different here. They don't have pads on.
It's rugby.
They don't have pads on. And, Charlie's on the team. I'm laughing because I did join the track team for a girl.
There you go.
But you don't get creamed on the track team.
Of course. You just run.
I digress. He joined this super physical sport, and he's obviously not somebody who's gravitated to sports before.
No, but he is a good runner.
Yeah, 100%.
That we know.
That we know. I'm not saying that he's not athletic.
Yes.
I'm saying he's just not gravitated towards these type of sports before, at least from what I've seen so far in the first few
I think
episodes.
physical contact sports.
What I'm saying is,
which I think is why I actually
the
enjoy
apprehension between that type of brute physical contact exists everywhere for the first time you're getting it done.
Yes, which is probably why when we had to play intramural sports in high school gym, I gravitated towards volleyball. Because I sat there and I was like, I can do this.
Okay, here we go.
You're going to be okay for the match with St. John's next week.
So apparently, Charlie's been on the bench this whole time. This away game is going to be his first opportunity to be on the field.
There's no nervousness or apprehension there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
A lot of gay people are good at sports, Charlie.
Yes, they are.
And more and more are coming out. So typically, I guess in any type of storytelling, we would have this montage where it's like, hey, you know what? This is us getting better, and this is how we got better.
There you go.
Apparently they were kissing at Harry's party.
Oh, gossip.
High school life, right?
1,200 people at this school. Few of them are going to be lesbians.
I like how Elle is literally just behind them.
I think a part of that storytelling is, when you speak like that, you never know who's going to be around you and who you're affecting.
Exactly.
I talk about, especially when I deal with stuff outside of the studio.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm talking with other veteran leaders.
Yeah.
About the conversations we have, and not the primary point of impact, which is the conversation you're having directly with somebody else or a group of people, right? But the secondary and tertiary points of impact sometimes might be a greater point of impact, because it's not somebody who's maybe comfortable with being part of that conversation, but something that's said in that conversation impacts them to a greater extent.
I think we had a very similar conversation along these lines last night, where I was talking about the times when I was in the military, and not only was don't ask, don't tell in effect, but whenever I was in a social situation where I would pass as straight, and the people around me would say the most like disgusting, vile things against gay people. And
we were having that conversation.
Yeah, we were having that conversation. And how me being a secondary participant within that conversation only because I am within earshot, and how, the simple fact that they don't even know how badly it's affecting me.
Yeah. And you had it, with your sexual identity. I have it with racial identity.
Yeah.
Because I'm white presenting, right?
Yes.
Very, very Caucasian presenting. And I'm Puerto Rican. And
on both sides?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I have family. Both sides are from Puerto Rico.
I thought it was just your mom. Okay.
Both my grandmothers are from the island of Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
All right. And I'm super close to my mother's side, right? Which is really where a lot of my Latin upbringing is from.
Yeah. Right.
The fact that I gravitate to all these things. You look at this bald white guy with a beard, he should be a redneck, but he's really not. There were times when down in North Carolina, there were these racist good old boys talking about, and I'm not going to say what they were saying because I don't want the YouTube strikes. But suffice it to say, they were using certain racial slurs that apply to my immediate family.
And you.
And me.
Yeah.
Right. And the only reason I flew on the radar is because I look this way.
And.
Right. And that.
You have an Italian-sounding last name.
I have an Italian-sounding last name because my grandfather is the one from Sicily.
Exactly. Well, your grandfather on your father's side.
On my father's side is the one from Sicily.
Yeah.
So it's like, it sucks, to say the least.
Of course.
So I can't relate to what you're saying, like on ship.
No.
But I can relate to it in my own way because there were times where my ability to fly on the radar kept me physically safe. And I'm sure that happened for you on the whole, your sexual identity.
Especially in the military and especially at the height of don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so it's always fun when the look on people's face when I start laughing when they speak about me in Spanish because they don't think I understand.
Oof. Oh, I thought that conversation went somewhere completely different than I thought.
Well, what do you think?
Oh no, I was in a situation in graduate school where I was doing I stayed behind so I could finish an assignment. Like class was over, everybody had already run out, and I just kind of stayed behind. And one of my classmates, he just kind of stayed behind with me. So we're just sitting there, we're just going over our notes, and we're just kind of like, checking each other's work. And I just, somewhere in the conversation, we're just like talking about life and like, our past. And I was like in the military, and I was like, oh, my gay friend's on the ship. And the next words out of his mouth were, I can't effing stand gay people. And I just sat there and I was like, I just kind of like pushed my notes like away from me. And I just kind of like turned to him and I was like, this is a teaching moment. I was like, number one, I am gay. Number two, I don't care what you think or how you feel. And he got very defensive and apologetic. And the thing was, and I was like, no, listen, I'm not looking for an apology. But what I need to tell you is, once you graduate here and you end up in the real world and you end up in some sort of professional environment, saying and doing certain things might get you in trouble. So just be mindful of what you're saying and who's around you. And I just think that was a good, and I wasn't upset at him. I didn't I wasn't there to just throw him under the bus, but I was just like,
go ahead.
Yeah.
I have something to say. Go ahead.
No, that's you can.
It's not so much to be careful what you're saying, but evaluate why you think that way.
Yes.
Like, what's so horrible about a way a person loves that makes you can't stand the entirety of that population?
So because of yeah.
Loving adults. All right? Because you do it with the kids. No.
But no, I was empathic enough to understand who he was and where he was coming from.
And that's huge.
And the thing is that, like, he was an international student.
Okay.
He was from a country that within a few years...
That's context.
Yes.
Yeah.
Within a few years prior to that conversation with me and him happening, his country had just recriminalized homosexuality.
What country is this?
This was India back in 2013. Had recriminalized homosexuality after having decriminalized it 10 years earlier.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's tough.
Yes. So it was just a situation where I sat there and I was like, okay, I understand this is where you're coming from. This is probably, a big part of your society and environment and upbringing and background, but I just need you to be aware, not for my sake, but for your sake, because you might end up in a professional environment and you might say something like that and it could cost you.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. But evaluate why you feel that way. Humans are humans. Be nice.
Talk to you. Oh, God.
Imogen.
Hi, Imogen. What's up?
So you're kissing some girl at Harry's party?
Tara literally kisses her girlfriend at a crowded party, and people are still asking her if she's dating a guy she kissed once.
You need signs. Lesbian. So
I'm right here.
I'm right here.
I'm not like homophobic.
No.
I'm an ally.
No.
Congratulations. Thank you for your service.
We thank you for your service. Actually, I feel very uncomfortable when people tell me that.
The ally?
No. No, like being a veteran.
Thank you for your service.
Like, I don't know how to respond because I think
can I give you some insight?
Yes.
I have to give you a book.
Okay.
All right. It's called You Are Worth It.
Okay.
All right. And that's how I respond. When people
you just say that.
Thank you for your service, I say, you were worth it.
Aw.
All right.
Oh, that's sweet.
But it's true.
Okay.
Right. When you think about it, I joined because it was my lifelong dream.
Yeah.
But it's also because I believe in this country. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the rights and protection it provides. I believe in all the comforts we have here.
Yeah.
And I believe that affording that to any and all, as our Constitution so profoundly says, is worth it. So if my life allows Americans to enjoy that beautiful Constitution and everything that it provides, you are worth it.
Okay.
And until I read that book,
yeah.
Okay. And I will give you a copy. Okay.
Because you don't lend books.
No, I don't lend books. I don't believe in lending books. All right. Because when you're giving somebody a book or lending a book, it's something that's impactful and that you feel might be impactful for that person. So it's a gift that you're giving. You don't take back gifts. So I will give it to you. It's written by Kyle Carpenter.
Okay.
Medal of Honor recipient and U.S. Marine.
So you are worth it.
You are worth it.
Okay.
I will give you a copy tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. I keep extra copies of impactful books in my personal library at home. And I have one that I'm going to give to you the next time I see you.
Okay.
Okay. And read it. And we won't go into it here because this is not a book review. This is Heartstopper.
Which, I mean, was also a book at one point in time.
Yes. But that's how I respond to it.
Yeah.
All right. And read that book. I think it's a super impactful book. I think you'll get a lot of value out of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
I bet Charlie's eating lunch with Nick again.
Oh, they're in the honeymoon phase.
I love how perceptive Isaacs is.
Very.
For somebody who is just kind of got his nose in a book,
I think he has his nose in the book, so nobody's paying attention to him, so he can just observe.
Interesting.
Like, I love people watching. Dickhead.
Chuck stuff.
Can I say that on YouTube? Dickhead. Yeah, because that was on purpose. That's a dick move.
You okay?
Everyone feels conflicted.
Yeah.
Pick a fight that
you know you have no way to win.
Of course not. And
Nick's
obviously not going to do anything.
Nick is a better dude than I was at that age, because it would have been on.
Well,
it would have been on.
Yes, I remember.
Regardless.
I remember your anger.
All your friends. Tao, Isaac, and Em.
All my friends? All 3?
That's nice.
You don't need 1,000 friends. You just need
Don't worry.
3.
No, good. Listen, when I was that age, I barely had a handful.
Yeah. Oh my god, I missed you.
Oh, so this is Tara and Darcy. Mainly here to get acquainted with the local gays. You and Nick Nelson are looking suspiciously coupley.
We're friends.
We're friends as in friends, or friends as in...
How much of that do you think Nick can hear?
Nick can hear. They're I mean, they're not exactly being quiet.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, they could not being quiet is a TV show, right?
Yeah. And now here comes Nick's friend group, which is Imogen, Ben, and everyone else.
Bunch of pricks. Am I being judgy? Yes, I am. Look at these dudes. Holy shit.
So this is a specialist sports school.
No, you don't say.
Literal adult men.
This reminds me of the Gas House Greasers in the Bugs Bunny cartoons when they're playing baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Just a bunch of just oversized human beings smashing baseballs out on Bugs Bunny. I really enjoyed playing football when it was raining out.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Don't you get muddy?
Yeah. Kicked up the challenge a little bit.
Oh.
Had to throw mud spikes into your cleats.
Wait, what's the difference between a mud spike and a cleat?
You depending on the turf you're playing on, you change the length of your cleats.
Is Harry Green picking on Charlie?
Yes.
Yes, he is picking on him.
Yes, he's being a dick.
Next thing you know, Charlie will be bringing the whole rugby team to our film night to making us watch Avengers or something.
Nightmare scenario. Listen, I love the Avengers.
I'm about to say Avengers applies, to everybody.
Yes, it's, superhero movies have such a mass appeal, but...
No. Not at all. Get after it, dude. Come on. Oh, he tried, though.
I know, but it could have been
a
worse.
shot.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, but he got creamed.
And now Nick has to
There's
decide.
a conflict happening again.
I like how he's...
But you know what, man? You can run to your friend. They're at very least...
I mean, teammate. Because, it's a sport.
Yes, but, outwardly, they're friends.
Yes.
At the very least. You can go check on your friend.
Yes. But I just love how they framed that shot with Nick standing dead center.
Yeah, between two friend groups.
Between both friend groups. And how just kind of like the conflict of it on his face and him just in turmoil.
Yeah, and I get the turmoil, all right? But again, publicly, outwardly, they're friends. You run to your homeboy. Or even teammate, like you said.
Perception.
And I'm 100%.
Yes.
I'm not taking away from how Nick's feeling and that inner turmoil and how he's being perceived by the two friend groups that they're perfectly framed where he's in the middle of, right? And tearing from one world to the other.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, in team sports and in friendships, like if that was you on the ground, and again, I know. How could I know, right? But that wouldn't have even entered into my brain housing group because, one, you're a teammate who's down on the ground. Two, you're my friend.
I feel like the fact that Nick is conflicted there.
So overriding.
Yes, but I think two things. Number one, I wonder if he would have acted this way prior to kissing Charlie.
Oh,
because I wonder if before that,
Yeah.
he was probably still within this mind frame of, hey, this is my platonic friend. And then now that this is my secret boyfriend.
That's a good observation, man.
Because, well, yes, because I feel like now that you've introduced that secret romantic relationship into the mix, now I feel like Nick is hyper aware. Like hyper aware to the point that he is probably undercutting his behavior to make it to mitigate any perception. And then on the flip side,
that rarely works well. Just saying.
Yeah.
In my own experience.
Yes.
In other things.
Yeah. And then on the flip side, like I've been in more than one situation where I would meet someone new in a, just a, probably like in a work situation where, hey, I'm a nice person, you're a nice person. Oh, look, we have shared interest. Oh, look, you also like the same things I do. Let's talk about them. And other people seeing us talking together gave the perception to them that that coworker might also be gay.
You know where that happened?
Where?
In high school.
Yes. I'm aware. So okay, here's the thing. I was aware that people were critical of you for our friendship, but I did not know how bad it got for you until you told me less than 3 months ago.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. And I,
look, like, it's because I was unabashedly your friend.
No, yeah. Not to go into like too much backstory, but you were my friend at a time in my life when no one else wanted to be, where the people that I grew up with, the people that I knew since I was 5 years old, all turned their backs on me as soon as they found out that I was gay. As soon as that girl that had a crush on me told the guy that I had a crush on that I had a crush on him, his entire friend group, and everyone else that I'd known since I was 5 years old literally cut me out of their lives. And then I was in such a panic that I vividly remember this. I called you on the phone at your parents' house, and just to try to do an end run on this rumor and just lie. Like, I lied to you for most of freshman year, where I was just like, the rumor's not true, I'm not gay. Because I was in a panic, because here you are, this guy who just moved to my school, who I just met, a few weeks earlier?
Yeah.
Like, that rumor happened within like the first month of us meeting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I was in a panic, and I felt like, oh, this one guy who is nice to me and wants to be my friend and has shared interest, the only thing that I could think was to lie to you for that entire first year. And I didn't come out to you until like the following summer.
Yeah. and you were expecting this big little response. And I was like, can we continue to eat now? Like, yeah, I know.
I know.
I know you're gay. You can't hide it from me.
I know. It was, but the thing is that I think that you gave me an unrealistic expectation of what people are capable of, because okay. I will say that most of the time, the guys that have been put into that scenario with me would always turn their back.
I don't know that it's an unrealistic expectation. All right.
No, but I mean, like,
people just need to do better.
Yes.
All right. When you say you're friends with somebody, it shouldn't be a conditional thing until they do something like super egregious. I don't know, like super egregious. I don't want to get into it here.
Yeah, and the thing is that
what
like
super
most,
egregious is.
you know, most
But
of these people were
being
just
gay is not
workplace-
super egregious,
Yeah.
man. It's not even remotely close.
Yeah, but I mean, most of these people were just acquaintances, which I
Yeah.
was hoping to like form friendships with. And the simple fact that other people were, you know, casting aspersions on their sexuality made it so that they decided that they wanted nothing to do with me.
Well, I hope that my reaction at least put a little light at the end of the tunnel for you. Because obviously, I mean, hindsight being 2020, I was like, my friend's telling me that he's gay. I knew that. You know.
But we never talked about it.
No.
Like, not until that day.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's... I don't want to say, like, it's plain as day can see, because, you know, you could be wrong. Right? I
think as I got older, and especially once I went into the military, I definitely learned to mask myself more, only because I had to professionally fit in.
100%. I get that, and it sucks that you had to do that. All right, but
now I'm at the point.
let me rephrase what I said.
Yeah,
it wasn't that I knew you were gay. It did not surprise me.
Yeah,
and didn't change my opinion of you, because you're a good person. To be my friend, you'll be a good person. There's a requirement. Don't be a dick. Be a good person. You know, don't maliciously hurt people. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not that person. So you being gay, okay. You like dudes, whatever.
Can I finish eating my pizza now?
I was hungry.
It was cold.
It was cold, and you made me wait. Tell me something I'm totally not surprised about. You know?
It was hard.
It had to have been.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. But when I reacted the way I did, what was your immediate feeling? Was it relief? Okay.
Relief.
Like
just
massive relief, I guess.
Yeah, because I was just worried that it was going to change our friendship and that you were going to distance yourself from me the same way that everyone else did. I know. And you didn't. And here we are 29 years later.
Yep. Anyway. Some more backstory for us.
Okay. Nick.
Oh, Nick.
What's Nick going to do?
We got to give him some grace, though. I mean, this is like all...
Oh, no. I understand.
Hey. Is your nose okay? Let me see.
Let me see your nose.
You've got some mud on your face, though.
You've got some mud everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, you both do.
They're rolling around the mud. Like a bunch of sows.
I love the animations kick in with, like, strong emotions.
I'm sorry.
Poor kid.
You wanted to keep us a secret and I'm messing it up.
I'm a big fan of them not keeping a secret.
Yeah.
Big fan.
But I don't think they're there yet.
Yeah, I know. But I'm hoping they get there.
Isaac barges in.
Over under on he knew what he was walking in on.
I don't think he knew exactly what he was walking in on, but I think that he definitely already knows they're in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super observant.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool.
Very. I love that about Isaac.
I better go.
Isaac won't say anything.
Oof.
Okay.
Nick looks so scared right there.
I can't even imagine.
Of course.
Maybe we should just stop getting involved.
Yes.
I find myself agreeing with him right now.
See, he has some good insights.
He does.
It was nice meeting your friends, though. They seem cool.
The only bad thing
Have they replaced us?
is his insecurity right there.
Well, I mean, right? So he's obviously close to Elle.
Yes.
She went to another school,
Yes.
you know, that more fits her. All right. He also lost Charlie to Nick.
Yeah.
He's left with Isaac. Right?
And
he's
Isaac,
meeting her friends,
Yeah.
and they're super cool. All right. And he's like feeling FOMO, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He feels like he's missing out. He's losing his friend group.
well, his friend group is splintering. It was effectively the four of them. And like you said, like now it's just him and Isaac. And
Yeah. And Isaac's just always looking in the book.
pretty much.
Which I relate to that. Me, too, being a bookworm.
Now we've got Imogen.
It's a pretty name.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a coward about it.
I do not like that kid at all.
Harry, that's the idea.
Oh, well, I mean, bravo.
They win.
They have won.
I like how the rain has stopped.
Magically, right?
I know.
What's going on?
Wanted to ask
She's
you
brave
if
for doing.
Oh, of course.
She's gonna ask him out. Yeah, brave.
but maybe we could like go out somewhere,
The look on his face.
a date.
Oh,
Do you think that he'd have an easier time with this if it wasn't so public? Telling her no.
I think he could have told her no
I guess so.
if he was just him and her. But to be in front of his friend group and his sports team,
Yeah.
I also feel like this is another result of Nick kissing Charlie, because I feel like the fact that he went.
Do you think he hasn't settled up with actually how he feels?
I think that he definitely accepts that he has feelings for Charlie. I don't think that's the issue. I think the fact that he has now progressed from a platonic relationship to a secret romantic relationship, he has become so hyper aware of other people's perceptions of him that now he is willing to go along with this relationship simply because
it drives some sort of normative narrative.
Yeah.
Nick's going on a date with Imogen.
Yes.
Which he's at least appears to be hugely conflicted about.
Yes.
And Charlie's friends have witnessed it.
Yes. So
can we guess season 5 is going to have a whole bunch of drama? Well, it's a romantic drama, that goes without saying.
You mean episode 5?
Oh,
it's okay.
It's okay.
So I think that with your typical teenage drama,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah,
no, I'm saying like with your typical teenage drama, that would be the expectation,
right?
Because
like to be like in the next season, next show to have this like embroiling drama, and rightfully so, around like.
Well, I guess
Nick shouldn't have done that. I can only imagine what's going on inside his head. All right, and it's easy for him to be on the outside looking in, and making decisions.
I guess the concern would be, what is Tao going to do with this information? Because
what is Tao? What is L? There's two people there.
True, but I feel like as you were discussing earlier, Tao is the one that feels like his friend group is splintering.
So do you think he'd leverage that to?
No, because I've already seen this. I know what's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm asking you.
I mean, from a friend loyalty standpoint,
yeah.
If I was Tao, I would 100% tell Charlie.
Of course, but
right.
like,
but like not even from like, oh, I want to save my friend group, right? Outside of that, that's my friend. This really sucks. All right, my friend needs to know what's going on and not be naive to what he believes is a relationship with Nick.
Yeah.
You know, so whether or not it saves or splinters, none of that matters.
Yeah.
My friend's feelings matter. Right. So if I was Tao, I'm not running right down to tell Charlie. I'm trying to find a softer way to do that, or even confront Nick like, hey man, what's the deal?
Okay. Do you think that Tao has the emotional intelligence?
No. I'm not saying that at all.
No. You're saying what you would do.
What I would do.
How do you think? What do you feel Tao would do in this place, in this situation?
He's going to tell Charlie, and he's probably not going to do it in the best way. Well, we'll find out. We'll find
out.
I don't want. Don't spoil for me in the comments. I read them.
Oh,
okay.
Actually, we should probably fix that, because I don't need you getting spoiled from what's coming up next.
But I want to know what people are liking.
True. Okay, I'm gonna aggregate.
You're gonna aggregate.
I'm gonna aggregate a lot of the comments. Actually, this is a good segue. Going forward, obviously, we're trying to get as much of this Heartstopper content out pretty much between now and when season 3 starts. So our hope is that when season 3 starts, we're going to be able to we'll be caught up, but we'll also be able to jump right in. And the two of us being working adults with full-time jobs, I need a little bit more time in the editing process to like get these videos put together. So my plan is that we're going to do like a season 1 and a season 2 question and answer.
Okay.
So we need you guys to go down into the comment section, tell us what you think, ask us what you want, about the show, about ourselves, anything. Why is the sky blue?
We're super appreciative of the comments
Yes.
and the conversations. Even the stuff that, has been a little harsh is informative. Okay. So be yourselves, comment what you want. All right. Comment what you're thinking, what we could do better. I just want to put out there, we're super appreciative of the conversation and the support around these videos. We're having a lot of fun doing this stuff with each other. All right. We didn't expect what was happening. So we want you guys and gals to feel like you're part of the process, because you are. So thank you.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys down in the comment section below. And if you could help us do all the other YouTube things, like comment, subscribe.
Tell your friends and your family.
And we'll see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.